I need thee, oh, I need thee.
Hey there, wanted to give you a quick recap of my class I took tonight. This was our final class in the there we go. Hang on for a second here. Trying to get stuff situated here. Hang on for a minute. Why is it like that? Okay. Sorry, I'm trying to have more light on my face, but it's not gonna allow me to do that apparently. So this was our final session for the class, tracing the story of God through the Bible, and so we have two lessons tonight. We had lesson 15, which was on biblical ethics, and lesson 16, which was on future hope. And so for biblical ethics, we discussed the ethics are a moral philosophy and they involve moral reasoning. And the things to consider in ethics are the worldview, the theological understanding, the culture, the experience, the context, and the needs and wants. And then we talked about the methods of moral reasoning, and which one of those methods are Christian. We talked about the Bible and ethics, and we talked about the foundation for biblical ethics, the image of God, and things like that. We talked about the covenants. We talked about the law, and the greatest commandments, Matthew 22:34 through 40. We talked about the resurrection. We talked briefly about a case study that we did, and then we went on to the next lesson, which is the future hope. We talked about theology and the future. Christianity has always been and will always be an eschatological faith system. We live in the present with our sights set on the future. So we talked about eschatology, what it is, and the traditional views of Christian eschatology based on the return of Christ. We talked about amillennialism and dispensationalism. We talked about preterism, and we talked about the Bible and the future. We talked about the biblical afterlife, and we talked about the resurrection and beyond. Christ will return. When he comes, he will raise the dead. The dead will be judged. Those written in the book of life will be judged for reward. Those not written in the book of life will be cast into the lake of fire. And the resurrected righteous will enter into the New Jerusalem. We talked about the New Jerusalem and the biblical timeline following death. And we also talked about why there's so much confusion about eschatology, about the end times, about the future hope. We talked about Platonic dualism. We talked about the eschatological view. We talked about hymnology. We talked about superstition and mythology, and that kind of thing. And that was it. I didn't ask any questions tonight because I pretty much understood everything. So it went really, really well. This is our last session. I have 2 more assignments to complete for this class, and they're both due in June. So I have a little bit of time left to work on those. But yeah, it went really, really well tonight. So I'm gonna go and get this uploaded. And thank you guys so much for watching, and I will see you in my next video.